Hi guys, my name is Lindsey, and before I start talking about the project, I want to take a minute here to thank each and every one of you who has actively participated in the discussion boards, because not only did I have the privilege to learn more about yourselves and your future goals, I was also able to see things from a new perspective, both in your comments and your posts. And that only ever helped me grow more as a person, both mentally and academically. And I'm also very grateful because through that, I was also able to reflect more on who and what kind of person I want to be in the future. So once again, I would like to thank every one of you because I had such a great semester of learning. Now moving on to the actual assignment. We were asked to do a 10-minute long video that incorporated both what we've been learning and talking about this past semester, and also something new that I wanted to teach you guys. So after looking through the discussions and assignments that we've been doing over this past week, I've decided to do a PowerPoint on transferring. But what I mean more specifically by that is the financial side of transferring. Because as we all know, Mesa, being a community college, is 100 times more inexpensive than a 4-year college. So in the PowerPoint that you'll be seeing next, I incorporated a lot of the statistics of student debt, so we have a general idea of where we will stand when we transfer and after we graduate, and also some solutions that will help diminish those burdensome numbers. So I hope that in the upcoming PowerPoint you guys will learn a lot and enjoy it. Thank you. As you guys can see in the outline, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the basic statistics of student debt. And in this section, we'll be mostly talking about the average number and cost that students usually walk out with after they graduate. And this includes both public and private schools. The next section is the solutions, which includes grants and scholarships that can help you diminish those numbers. In the third section, we'll be talking about safe loans. I included the loans because it's most likely that most of us, even if we don't want to, will have to take it out. We will be talking about the eligibility, the requirements, and how much you can get. And this applies to 3 different kinds of loans, and which we will see later. On this slide, I first want to introduce you guys to basic statistics of the nationwide debt. As you guys can see in the first bullet point, in 2012, about 1.3 million students from 4-year colleges had student loan debt. And below that are bullet points of previous years. As you guys can see, even though the statistics are pretty old, you can see that there's a steady climb of students who are slowly going into debt. The next bullet point is something I actually found very interesting. This bullet point is specifically about graduates and students who receive Pell Grants. The statistics show that those who receive Pell Grants among the seniors have an average loan greater than those who don't, almost by more than $4,000. In this slide, we'll be looking more closely into the numerical values of the student debt, and also point out the numerical values that are different from public and private schools. As you guys can see from the numbers, those who graduate from private for-profit schools owe a lot more than those who attend public and private not-for-profit schools, almost by more than $10,000. Also, as you guys can see from the side table, the average debt keeps increasing and increasing every 4 years, and even now it should be more than what it is on the chart. Those statistics were from nationwide research. Now for California specifically, our average debt is only $20,000, and we are ranked number 49 compared to the other states. Now that means we owe a lot less than other states, but that still puts a hole in my pocket. Now, on to the solutions. The first place to always look for money is through FAFSA, and through FAFSA is a network that will lead you to other places to find money, some of which I will be listing later on. Here's a link for you to check out the site, and even if you haven't done it, apply to it. Now, before getting into specific types of grants, I want you guys to know about the 3 big types of grants, the general ones, which are the federal, state-funded, and institutional grants. The federal ones are aid issued by the United States government out of the general federal revenue, which is from the U.S. Department of Education. The state-funded grants are grants given by each individual state, so it really depends on that one. The institutional grants are given from the schools and usually are for a post-secondary degree, which is graduate school. Here are some more specific grants that I'll be talking about. Although not many, I think these will be very helpful to those who need it. I will be giving you guys some general knowledge on the grants, such as eligibility and how much exactly you guys might be getting from them. Most of these grants can be obtained by finishing the FAFSA application. The federal Pell Grant is awarded to undergraduate students, which are the students who are trying to get their bachelor's degree. In the next bullet point, you could see that from 13 to 14, you receive $5,645. From 14 to 15, you receive $5,730. I believe that the amount now is also higher than that. The eligibility varies depending on financial need, cost of attendance, status, which is if you're full-time or part-time, and your academic plan. A lot of the students don't receive the full $5,000, but most do, and it helps out a lot. This grant, like most grants, are usually deposited into your institutional ID cards, which can be used to buy on-campus supply books and help pay for classes too. The FSEOG grant, which stands for Federal Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, has the same requirements as the Federal Pell Grant, and it is also given to undergraduate students with exceptional financial need. Now, this grant actually has a limited amount that's given to the school, so it's always recommended for students to apply sooner than later. Although the requirements are the same as the federal Pell Grant, I just wanted students to know that this grant is also available if needed. Next is the Teach Grant, which is a very specific grant for only specific jobs. This grant allows you to get $4,000 a year, and it's only for those who are searching a career in teaching. But it's not just any teaching. This grant is specifically only those for who are planning to teach in high-needed fields in low-income communities. They also need to take certain classes and try to attain a certain job to get this grant. They must also sign a Teach Grant Agreement to Serve, which is an agreement that you are taking this grant and using it to actually help further your education in teaching and not just for your personal needs. If you break this agreement, all the money that you receive will turn into a loan which you will have to pay back. This loan will be known as a direct unsubsidized loan, which I will be talking about later on. Another way to pay off college debt is through scholarships, and a lot of these scholarships can be found on school websites because they can be school administered. They also can be work related, you just have to look for it. There is also a website that I am a member of that will help give me scholarships that I wouldn't have to go look for usually. This website is called fastweb.com, and I highly recommend it. Based on personal preference that you will have to fill out in the beginning, the website will give you specific applications and scholarships that you yourself are eligible for. One of the biggest reasons students go into debt is because they take out loans that they can't pay for. A lot of the loans that people have to pay back are private loans. Those loans are numbers based on what you want, not what you need. So in this next section, I'll be showing you guys some loans that you can take out that are monitored and ones that you actually need, so they don't base it on how much you actually just want. The first loans that I'm going to introduce you guys to are the direct subsidized loans and the direct unsubsidized loans. Now, these two loans are similar in the way that the school determines the amount of money that we get, and we must be enrolled at least half-time and be in the program that leads to a certificate and degree. These two loans also can be obtained through FAFSA too. There are three main differences between these loans. A direct subsidized loan are only for undergraduate students, while the other can be obtained by graduate students too. In direct subsidized loans, we need to demonstrate a financial need, but in direct unsubsidized loans, we don't need to demonstrate financial need. In direct subsidized loans, the U.S. Department of Education pays for the interest, which is 3.76%. In direct unsubsidized loans, the student pays for the interest, An undergraduate has to pay an interest of 3.76%, and a graduate would have to pay 5.31%. The next loan can also be obtained through FAFSA and is called the Direct Plus loan. Now, this loan can be borrowed by both the parent or the student and is only for students who are planning to go into graduate or professional schooling. The U.S. Department of Education is your lender, and you must not have any adverse credit history because they want to guarantee that they'll get their money back. The maximum loan amount is the cost of attendance, which is determined by the school, minus any other financial aid received. So you will be most likely given the amount you need only. I have given you guys a general idea of how much it costs and what you guys can do to minimize those costs. And I'm very sorry if I didn't give any specific information. But I have a list of sources on this page that you can go to look for more information if you want. If you want more information on the loans, scholarships, and the grants, you can go to the first link on the page. And for the rest of the information that I've collected is in the rest of the PowerPoints. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully learned a little something new. Maybe you'll incorporate a little of what you've learned in this video into the near future when you actually transfer. But overall, even if you don't, I wish you guys the best and I hope you guys succeed in whatever you guys do. And thanks again for such a wonderful semester.